YouTube, what's good? Welcome to our Texas Tech playbook breakdown. And for this one is going to be a unique playbook because we're going to show you the same stuff as before as the best formations, plays, breakdowns. But this one is primarily a shotgun playbook. There's only one formation outside of your goal line and stuff that's not shotgun is one I-form formation. So we're not covering the I-form formation, but we're going to jump into these best shotguns and the plays you need to run, which is very good. They run a lot of wide sets, and they also have two of my favorite formations in the tight Y off and the tight open, which we're going to go over. So if you guys enjoy content like this, do me a favor, like the video, comment on what you guys want to see next, which playbook, any formation or plays that I'm missing in this playbook. Do me a favor, let me know so we can cover it in a future video. Sub to the channel so you guys don't miss anything for all of this year and beyond. Also, if you guys are interested in more exclusive things, ebooks, things of that nature, some extra content that I don't put here on YouTube, go check us out on the Patreon. It's in the link. It's in the channel here. I appreciate you guys. You guys have made this channel grow tremendously here lately. So let's keep it pushing. Let's jump into this breakdown. Alright, so our first formation that we're going to jump into is the tight Y off. Anybody knows that is my favorite formation in NCAA 25 and in 26 here. Let's start with the best play. This isn't the deepest tight Y off, but it's still got some very good stuff in here. We're in tight end corner is my favorite play to come out. And right away, the short side of the formation with this B receivers on the speed out. If they're not playing kind of pressed coverage or down and outside, the speed out is going to be almost there every time. The only thing that could possibly happen is that unless your quarterback's inaccurate, is that they can, get the knockout animation. Aside from that, it's a very consistent play. It torches man. It does a great job of getting extra yards here. You have X on the return route, RB on the Texas route, and then your A and Y are going to be man beaters. So let's just take a look here, read the defense. Threw that a little bit early to the speed out. I'll run it a few times just show you how it consistently gets outside. And you see there is, I don't even know if that was man or if it was just a cover 3, but you see even if it was zone, he gets knocked off balance and kind of cooked. Now right here is where we don't want to throw it. This is a cover 2 look, and we don't like that outside corner already has leverage. So now we're going to look at X and RB. And here we get rid of it. Almost got sacked, but RB is wide open underneath. It's going to be very hard for a user to take away all this stuff. The biggest counter to this is people that blitz heavy. But there's a bunch of options here. Here's X on that little return route. Again, those inside corner routes in the middle are going to push the zones up, so it's going to leave it for a quick throw either inside like this, or when he's coming back, he'll have a free space there underneath to get extra yards. So that's going to be just the tight end corner. We didn't get man looks to show you the corner routes, but next one we want to look at here is the flood drive and red zone scissors. You can run either one. They're basically the same flood concept with the same high-low here from X and Y. The only thing I'll do is I'll just put A here on a corner, and if they don't play the flats, I will throw it to my running back. Here we got man here. My progressions change there. So if they don't take away the flats, you throw to RB. If they do take away the flats, you have your corner out with A. Usually our first read is going to be left to right. I'm going to look at X and Y. If they take away this quick drag here, I will throw it to him. If not, you saw in the last play we had Y on the backside in. Again, super simple reads here. Again, we just throw it to the running back. Quick, take your yards. Again, super simple play. And again, the great thing about this formation is you can literally quick snap everything in this formation. You don't need to make a lot of adjustments. Red zone scissors, I'm just going to show 2 plays of it. Again, this is very simple. Just reading the flats if it's quick. And this is why I like it. This running back here on this corner gets into a nice, soft, sweet spot in the defense. X and Y, again, those reads are the exact same. If X is there, we take X. You have Y in the middle, take Y. That's going to be where the user's guarding. So you just kind of play cat and mouse, trying to make him respect every route on the field. Next one I want to take a look at RPO peak slant bubble. RPOs in any formation that you like to run are always good. This one here, again, just something to throw off great in the hurry up. If they play back on that slot defender, you just throw it out here to the bubble. Very simple read. The other thing you can do is watch this P icon. He will be guarding the slant. If he comes down, we will hit the slant. If not, you still have your bubble, or you can always just hand it off here. Here, we're going to hand it off. Take whatever yards you can get. See if we can get one here. Look at the slant. Nice little gap there. But easy play, easy read. Again, nothing crazy about the play, but it is a nice, safe play, and it is good to mix up into the formation. And really, I like adding in this PA jailbreak screen. That's also a great play for the hurry up. Last one I want to take a look at is just, where is it? Mesh spot. Mesh spot is a great concept in any formation. You can run it completely stock, or you can put maybe this guy B on a post and stem him down, and your reads are going to be very simple. Y and A underneath. They get open against zone and man. They will cause what they call the mesh technique. They literally drag across each other, and usually one of the defenders gets stuck. So, great concept run here. Again, we have the other drag. You got this running back on the wheel route. He can be hit immediately. Let's see if we can get this post route involved in for this last play here. Again, and he gets a pass lead. He will absolutely get open against man, and he'll get open against zone with that outside streak stretching the defense. Next formation we're going to take a look at here is the tight open, and something I forgot to mention about here in our tight way off. You can do it in tight open as well. We'll just come out and bench pivot, for example, is you can put either side B or X on speed out routes. You can do that at a tight way off, and you can do it out of tight open. That is a key element, I think, that makes these formations extremely difficult to guard, because the sideline is always going to have to be accounted for, and it's going to open up other things. So here in this play, again, I'm going to put X on the speed out route. You now have this speed out and this corner route combo that is both going to destroy man, and then you have your zone beating stuff on the right here. So right away, I'm going to look, and you see I both have the flats and my zig route open for at least 5 to 7 yard gains before contact. Run it again here. Now I hit the zig this time. Really should have went to the flat, but you see still got the completion for 3 yards. So it's going to keep the possessions always in manageable down and distance. Now here, look to the left, and again, speed out route there. We get 3 to 4 yards, and that was actually some of the best coverage you're going to see on it. Again, like I mentioned in tight Y off, speed outs. If you see someone playing down and outside press coverage, you do not want to throw it. But if you see there's no outside leverage, or the defender scoop back toward the sideline, and the very last thing here is we're going to see if we can show B here, where he's going to get open. We're going to highball that over the top there of that middle linebacker. But you see that the zones, or the routes on the left and the right, are going to have the user in a conundrum. So if he decides to stay with that middle route, we're going to have our flats and sidelines. If he tries to go help, then we have that middle route wide open. So that's going to be bench, dig, pivot. Here you have post corner drive. Again, very similar to our tight Y off, right, with flood and red zone scissors. You have this drag deep in route on the left. You're going to have a zig on the right here. And again, you're just going to kind of watch. You can throw this kind of quick. If you see the outside flat defender gets out there to the outside, you can throw this inside, or you can wait, let him establish a little bit more outside leverage if they're not playing hard flat. And if you want to get your running back involved, put him on a streak. You can put him on a Texas shot if you want him to go across the formation. If you're going to put your running back on a Texas shot, I would suggest putting maybe Y here on a streak, so that way you really kind of clear the opening here, so there can be no help. If he stays on that deep in route, I feel like it's just going to be too much stuff going on in the middle, and that if there's any pressure, a user can cover all of the routes. Bench return, again, something very similar, but now you have the return route outside. And again, the cool thing is speed out route X. And guess what? If I want to run that exact same thing to the other side, different return route, but it's still a return route nonetheless from X. And now your speed route is out here on B. So that is the great thing about this symmetrical formation, is that the routes can be put on the same side, and they really won't know how to defend it. It's going to force a lot of people into like man and cover too, and then that will open up more of the playbook. So I really don't care for A or Y, and I'm just going to put the running back on the flat here, but probably I might do something like this, put a crosser and a streak. So now maybe A will become more of a threat over here like this. So now I got something stressing the deep middle of the field as well. Mesh spot is very similar to what we went over in tight Y off. And the best play I think of the formation is going to be slot post. So let's touch over slot post before we move on here. You're going to have your drag and your deep in A, B. That's going to be our two reads. Running back on the wheel route will actually be another quick read here, as you will see there'll be opportunity to throw it to him right away out of the backfield when these zones either move back or they try to go and follow that stuff across the middle. And then if the user vacates the middle, our last fourth option will be Y on this post. So I'll show you here, and this is exactly what I'm talking about with the running back on this wheel route, right? Easy 5-6 yards before completion. If you're able to make a juke, you can get extra yards here. Here is this drag. Again, we want to go right across the user's face here, make them respect that. And if they do, or they play man, you're going to have this deep in. One final time here again, you just kind of read it. And you see here, if they're going to run match coverage, it's going to leave your running back in a position for that wheel route to just get in a really, really good spot here. Drag. Here is that backside in. You're able to lead that up the field. Again, the user is usually going to be occupied by the drag in the middle, so it's going to leave that pass wide open. One last thing. I know I said it's going to be the last play, but let's take a look here. I just want to talk about the halfback draw. It is one of the better runs in the game. The blocking is really good. It can get blown up at times by a good defensive lineman, but the only thing you got to worry about really is a high snap. But you see, blocking a lot of time gets to the second level and will get you anywhere from like 10 yards. Sometimes it can be a home run play. But you see, here is how it is working against Texas Tech, and Texas Tech has like an 89 or 90 overall defense. And we're not really worried about it here against 3 deep. We're just going to get down. Now, the one thing that can blow this up at times is stunts from really good DNs. Stunts, especially while their line is normal, will give it fits. But yeah, this run is usually pretty consistent with getting you good yardage. One of the formations I wanted to touch on was this wide tripped halfback weak here. Very underrated here formation. But you have this inside zone. You have a halfback direct. You have the mid draw. And then you have an off tackle. And then you have an alert bubble. So you have 4 really good runs and an RPO in this particular formation. But the other reason why I wanted to show this was halfback angle screen. So if anybody has seen my Alabama playbook breakdown, halfback angle screen is the best screenplay in the game. We're just going to watch this because the running back can't get hung up on the lineman. Yeah, so in throwing this, you can throw it kind of quick, or you can let him kind of turn upfield here. And you're just going to see there's just a lot of space here. And those blockers really do a good job of getting into the second level and creating big run lanes here. So assuming that 79 picks up number 9 who tackles this, it's probably going to be close to a touchdown. So this is a great play at the end of halves, possessions that you absolutely need points. Make sure you are throwing this in there. And then probably one of the better pass plays out of here that I like is stick is always a very good play. Again, super basic. But you also have, and probably the one pass play I like running here is curls. Curls is, again, pretty simple here. Again, everything is just wide to the field here. So you're going to have basically this curl look. And what I like doing is I like just putting this running back on a wheel route. So stressing the defense out wide here. They're going to be in man. Really don't have any great man-beating routes here. Maybe I put A here on a short crosser so he can beat that real quick. And we'll just throw it across the middle. But here, if you see, I'm going to put this running back on the wheel. Makes it really tough because the defense is so spread out trying to align. But yeah, this wheel route's going to cook any kind of man or zone here. Again, they try and blitz or they have some kind of match concept. This guy's going to be wide open. And the outside corner just can't help on this. But what I am going to do is I'm going to stem this post down to give myself something kind of quick and over the middle here. Something like this. and this could be a potential big hitting play. And then, of course, you also have the options if you want to put outside guys on return routes and do something like this. This will actually work really well as well. Here they played pretty good defense, so we're just going to use our quarterback's feet here to get us some yards. So this is one of the other things too, is it allows, to me, it allows a lot of openings for your quarterback to be able to use his feet. Last formation we're going to dump into in this Texas Tech playbook is the five wide receivers. And immediately the two best plays are going to be QB trap and QB blast. We're going to go QB blast to show you great on the goal line, great for short yard situations here. And you're just going to watch how the blocking just performs here as we're going to get a 25, 26 yard run. Typically we expect a user to be guarded in the middle, but you're going to see here, even now with 5 or 6 people, one of the keys about this run is not holding turbo. Just hold forward and let the blocks develop for the hole. And then as you're about to run through the gap, that's when you want to hit turbo. It will accelerate the block sheds by you hitting turbo. But you see here consistently, I think what 6-7 yards has been our lowest gain here. We've had 6 people in the box. You've had 4, 5. Finally, we get blown up there for about a 1 to 2 loss. But this is really, really consistent here. One of the better 5 wide plays, period, in the entire game. Once you've incorporated the blast and the trap here, I like going to shock. Shock gives you these two, kind of the slant and the stemmed post on the left. And then you're going to have this smoke screen, slot fade, and then A running this option route. So always what I'm doing here, if the field's wide open in the middle, I'm going to look at Y, and then I'm going to look at A here on this option. And you see here, again, it's not going to be a huge play. He's going to get about 3 to 4 yards. He will read if it's man or zone. If it's zone, he sits. If it's man, he runs an out route. And you see right here, immediately I see these 5 down linemen. I'm looking at A and I'm looking at Y here again. And A is such a quick read here and throw. And we're able to get about 13, 14 yards. Here they're bringing an extra guy in the box. And if it's zone also, you can hit this quick slant. But when you see something like this, this is why you really just snap, kind of throw it to A here. And again, it's just easy yards when they don't have the number of people to match up to your receivers. If you get the time in the pocket or you see this cover 0 blitz, this is really where X is going to shine. Here they're going to do that blitz, pass lead it over to the middle. We get a diving animation. But against zone here, or even man, boom, is where X, like I said, X will really, really shine here. Especially press. Press is tough. That's going to just depend on the quality of your receiver. Here, Y beats the press. I want to get one zone look here where I can show you where X will get open deeper down the field here. If we get time and kind of wait here, pass this underneath. So X will have that, and that will be open, I want to say 95% of the time, if you get the time in the pocket. Reason being is that the user is going to take away that short slant, or they're going to try and take away A on the right. We talked about stick. Stick looks very much like shock here. Difference being with just the option route on A and then RB on an out. But red zone stick and nod is also a very good play. You're going to have this, it's an in route, but it's like a rounded speed in route from X. He'll get open, and then you're going to have these reads between RB and A here in the middle of the field. So bunch of good things you can do here. And here I hit RB as he drops it. I really should have hit A. A won off the double move. Here we're going against 3 deep. We're just going to catch it, get down. But again here, take a look. This is where that speed in route's going to get open. You're just reading the slot receiver to see if he drops down. If he fades back, you're going to have X. If he drops down underneath, you're going to look to the middle and the right of the field here. And here's where A is really going to destroy man if they try and play it. It can get open against some cover too, but a lot of people are going to try and play underneath here. And if they don't play underneath, they're going to have this RB on this return route. So bunch of good things out here that you can do from this red zone stick and knot. Last play, again, all curl is a good play to mix up and throw. Against man, you always want to throw it at the top of their break, but you want to throw it down and underneath away from the receiver here. If it's zone, you're just going to read what zones it is. Here, the middle one was open. And again, if a user covers that, again, cover 2 will be the best thing to guard that. But here, again, we throw it here. I threw it a little bit late, but I passed it down on the outside away from that corner so he couldn't break on it. Here we're going to look why. Again, we saw the safety was on him. He had to play back and wait for the guy to run up to him. So again, seeing your pre-snap reads, where they're going to be open. Here again, threw that before he stopped. But again, all curls is a nice play to just throw in to keep the defense off balance. That is going to conclude our Texas Tech playbook breakdown. If you guys enjoyed that and you guys running this playbook, do me a favor, like the video, drop me a comment on something you think I missed in this playbook or something you guys want to see me cover in our next breakdowns. Sub to the channel so you guys don't miss an upload all year. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the reason why this channel is growing, and I continue to put out content consistently as possible for you guys, trying to cover every facet of the game. So I appreciate you guys. If you guys want to check out the Patreon channel, it is free to become a member of it. If you guys want to become a paid member, you guys get access to the ebooks and the stuff that I'm running and winning national championships in my dynasties and other online games. Feel free, just come check it out. Any kind of support you guys give, much appreciated. Love you guys. See you guys in the next one.